She was a queen turned pirate, a refugee turned conqueror. But how did a noble girl become Europe's most feared nightmare? Born in the heart of Tétouan, Morocco, in the late 15th century, Sayyida al-Hurra was raised in the grandeur of the Andalusian courts, an era of brilliance where wisdom, beauty, and influence shaped her destiny. Educated by the finest scholars, she mastered languages, philosophy, and the art of governance, a rare privilege for women of her time. Her father, a noble of Granada, had lost his kingdom to conquest. Exile did not break them, it forged them. The fall of Al-Andalus was not just a loss of land, it was a loss of identity. From a princess of Al-Andalus to an exile in North Africa, she carried with her the wisdom of a fallen empire. In Morocco, she witnessed the power of trade, the whispers of diplomacy, and the art of survival. She would not be a silent observer. She understood that power was not inherited, it was taken. Exile forged her into a survivor. By 16, she mastered diplomacy, trade, and vengeance. A strategic marriage made her queen of Tétouan, but her true ambition, to reclaim her homeland by any means. When Europe's empires invaded North Africa, she vowed, "If they steal our lands, we'll rule the seas." Thus began her metamorphosis, from queen to pirate lord. Sayyida al-Hurra, the noble lady who is free, would make Europe pay. Her first strike, capturing ships, freeing prisoners, and seizing unimaginable treasure. Kings trembled, merchants begged for mercy, but Sayyida was just getting started. Within years, she commanded the Mediterranean and forged an alliance that would shake empires. But to defeat Europe, she needed a partner in crime. To challenge Europe's giants, Sayyida needed an ally, and found one in history's most infamous corsair. With Barbarossa, she forged an unholy alliance, her intelligence, his brutality. Together, they ruled the waves. Her fleet became legend, faster than the wind, deadlier than plague, and utterly loyal to their queen. She didn't just attack ships. She burned ports, sabotaged trade routes, and struck fear into empires.
Tell your king, my mercy has a price. Double his ransom, or I take Lisbon next.
Rumors spread. A she-devil commanded the seas. But Sayyida was no demon. She was a mastermind. Every raid had a purpose. For every village Europe stole, she took a fleet. She played empires against each other. To Morocco, she was a hero. To the Ottomans, a queen. To Europe, a nightmare. Her tactics were ruthless. Boarding ships mid-battle, she fought alongside her men, never from afar. By 1520, she controlled the western Mediterranean. But her ultimate goal? Reclaim Granada, or burn Europe trying. To her, treasure wasn't wealth. It was power, and she wielded it like a blade. But as her power grew, so did her enemies, and they would stop at nothing to end her reign. At the height of her power, Sayyida al-Hurra ruled the seas, but danger lurked in her own court. European bribes turned her allies. Even the Ottomans grew wary of her ambition. The tide was turning. Her own husband conspired to strip her power, but Sayyida would never surrender quietly. Forced into exile, again, she retreated to the Rif Mountains, but her war was far from over. Europe struck back. In 1542, her fleet was decimated, a trap set by those she once called brothers. They thought they'd killed her, but the sea had always been her ally. Sayyida vanished. No body, no ransom, just whispers of a ghost queen plotting revenge. Europe declared victory. They erased her from history but forgot one thing: legends don't die. For years, sightings teased her return. A shadow here, a raid there. Was it her? Or a myth made real? Officially, she died in 1562. Unofficially, no grave was ever found. Centuries later, clues emerged. Her final plan: to reclaim Granada, even in death. To this day, sailors swear they see her ship, a queen, forever free, forever vengeful. Europe tried to erase her, but history never forgets a queen who defied empires. Fragments of her story survived, in whispers, in songs, in the fury of every outcast who refused to kneel. To colonizers, her name became a rallying cry. "Sayyida lives," they shouted, a symbol of unbroken resistance. For centuries, her story was buried, until the oppressed dug it up. Today, she's everywhere. Street art, films, a reminder that freedom is taken, not given. She's no longer just a pirate. She's a metaphor for resilience, for justice, for rewriting your own destiny. Her legacy lives in those who dare to storm forbidden shores and win. Was she a queen, a pirate, a myth, or proof that even the erased can become eternal? Sayyida al-Hurra's story isn't over, because history belongs to those who fight for it. Remember her name, and remember, the sea always returns what it claims. Discover more untold stories from history, the heroes who changed the world but remain unsung.